Okay, well, it's now or never. I'm just saying. So it's crazy, right? Because I have been able to do different things. I'm just going to go up this way. I've done different things as far as walking around, right? Walking around and recording content, right? Like I've done different reels as I'm walking out the gym or, just a short little reel. This is an actual video for YouTube, and it's my first time doing it because I walk already. I already do cardio, you all, and hopefully this is like good. The audio, because if it is, then this is the way that I'm going to create content. So I'm Glennis, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm so excited to be able to start this journey, right? I figure, you know what? I'm in a transition in my life, and why not? Why not add another thing, right? Because that's just what I do. I add different things. Buenos dias. I add different things to my life because why not? I'm 60 years young, and I have decided that I'm going to do, I set up this channel. I want to say it was 11 years ago, my first video. And I so had so many dreams, really wanted to be able to create content. Our daughter and her family, they had decided, shout out to the Ever Afters, to run a YouTube, and they were running a great YouTube. And she just wanted to be able to blog about her life and becoming a mom and being able to have those videos for her family and be able to have that journey. And we supported her and went to different YouTube conferences. And I said, I'm going to start my own channel. No, no, too much work, crazy editing as far as I couldn't get it, and I still don't know how to edit, you all. I don't. I'm going to get to learn. That's why my videos, they're just one take and that's it, because nobody's got time for that, okay? And I guess, oh, these are so cute. Check that out. I love that. Coffee by La Colombi. That sounds like a really good place. Do they have anything other than cakes and dessert? We'll see. They have something healthy here. I'm going to come back because I'm just going to go around the corner. If they have like eggs and egg white, I'm still having breakfast there. But the most important thing is that I decided that I'm just going to do the thing. It really doesn't matter. I don't know how to edit this video. Like when I was listening to a YouTuber that's around my age, and she was saying she has CapCut Pro, and it took her 2 days to learn that and be able to do it. And I was like, who's got 2 days to learn that? So I also decided that I wasn't going to invest into YouTube. I love these things, these Uber things. I love them. That I wasn't gonna go ahead and I'm just so all over the place. But isn't this so cute? The Edmond kitchen. Like I want a kitchen with all those things. Okay, I mean that's so cute to me. And look at this. I just think that's so pretty. That's why I love LA. But anyway, I um, I decided that I wasn't going to hire anybody to do this YouTube thing, because why am I going to spend money into something that's not producing money? I'm not monetized. I don't know what YouTube did. I had almost 400,000 views, and I took a lot of the reels out because another YouTuber said you should take out all your reels, and so that people actually watch your videos to be able to monetize. And I took hours to make all my reels private, and then what it did was is it says that I only have like 28,000 views versus like 400,000 just about that I had. So thank God I took a screenshot of it before I took it off, because I was trying to see how many views I had. It wasn't even strategically that I was trying to, tell YouTube, hey, you guys did something wrong or didn't do something right or whatever. Let me make sure I'm still on this thing. Hold on. Yep, it's still recording. Good. Um, but anyway, I just wanted to make sure that I could see the view, right? How many views I had like on a daily basis, because I had 3,000 hours or 3 hours, whatever. And to monetize, you needed 4 hours. And I wanted to monetize not because this is something that I wanted to do as far as an income. I just wanted to be able to invest and be able to do something better. So I want to teach my grandkids that we invest into things. A lot of people, I remember when I first, and this is one of the lessons about business that I have learned. When I was going to open my first business back in 1993, I thought, like, I keep on touching this thing that I think is okay. Um, Back in 1993, when I was going to open my first business as a construction company, I remember telling my ex husband, we need an office and we need, you know, a desk, and we need this and we need that, and all these things that I felt that I needed. And this was something that really supported me, because he said, no, you don't need all that. What you need is you need a contract and you need a pen, and you need to be able to continue to do what you have been doing since late 87. And you have been doing this 6 years now, and you have helped plenty of people. And all you got to do is just explain your services and ask them to actually be able to do business with you. So you don't need all that. You think you need all that, but quite honestly, you don't need any of that. And, it really supported me. If there is anything that I appreciate about him, is teaching me that lesson, that sometimes we think we need to invest all this money to be able to set up a business and be able to have a profitable business. That business went on to build a lot of homes for families that had fires in their home. We started out married, and stuff happened, and that was Glenmark Inc. Um, it started out as Community Builders. That's what it was, Community Builders Inc. And then we decided, because we had another partner, and then we decided to set up the corporation as Glenmark Inc., because I'm Glennis and he's Marco, and that was Glenmark Inc. And this may not benefit you, but I do want our grandkids to know that. So just humor me with the details, okay? I'm going to say a lot of stuff that you'll go, I didn't need to know that. Well, again, this channel is for my 7 grandkids to be able to share my story, to be able to document some of the things. And I don't even know why I started here, but here we go. I That's what it was, and eventually it became Fire Pro Inc. And that company went on to do a lot of work for the insurance company. I used to do constant work for California Fair Plan, Allstate Farmers. I have friends on that side, and I became, shout out to Vicky Spadaro and Robert Ramiro, and I don't even know if these people are still in business. Is I don't even know. It's 30 something plus years later. I don't know that they're still in the industry. Robert may be because he was younger than me, but Vicky, I'm not sure that she is. It's been a minute, okay? But um, yeah, it went on. I got out of my head. I got out of, I need this, I need this, I need that, into, okay, what is it exactly that I need? I'm so going to wait for this woman to come by with her dog. She has a huge dog, and no, no, thank you. I'd rather wait a minute and be able to just give her her space. And yeah, so there he goes. I don't know if you can see him, but very big. And it's a small sidewalk. So anyway, I got out of my head, and I just didn't care whether I needed this or needed that, because a lot of times we think we need all these things, and no, we just need to say, sign here. Hey, this is the value that I bring, and sign here, and that's it. And this channel, I don't know if you'll ever monetize. I'm long and drawn out, and I'm 60, and I may not be, I'm not looking to be an influencer. I'm looking to leave legacy to my grandkids. And it doesn't take all that. Is my first point in business. You just work with what you have. Bella, let me tell you something, baby girl. Bella is my first granddaughter, and Bella is such a genius. She's so smart. This little girl at, I want to say she was not even 3. She could have been 3, but she could recite a book from the beginning to the end. She had a photogenic memory, and she could tell you every single word. If you go on the Ever Afters, which is the parents' channel, I think that they recorded this, and if they do, I'm gonna ask them. I'm gonna see how I can find that video and put it in the comments so you could see. But Bella, let me tell you something, Bella. You don't need all that. You don't, sweetheart. Whatever talent God has given you, you go ahead and use them. And sometimes it's just the camera doing things like I'm doing right now, just getting my cardio in right before my day. I train earlier, and I need to do this walk anyway. So I might as well talk. And some days, as I am doing this walk, I am going to talk about my Jesus, because if I warned you in the description, I will talk about Jesus, I will talk about fitness, and I would talk about my grandkids for sure. And I will talk about business. But I believe that we all need to have a side hustle, is what these young people call it. We do need to have something that we're building. And Bella, if you decide that you want to be an entrepreneur at 8 years old and you want to do the thing, you don't need all that. I am not sure exactly what you may decide to do at 8 years old to be able to bring a profit and be able to make some extra income, but you can do whatever God places in your heart. You can ask your parents about, hey, can I do this or can I do that? And they will guide you. And you can do it all imperfect. And eventually, as you do all the natural, God will do the supernatural. There was a moment, I remember, there was a moment in 1993. I had made really good friends with a lot of the crews that were doing the jobs, and I have met different people in the construction industry. I was not a licensed contractor yet, and there was a man, an older man, that poured into me. And as I eventually went through separation, went through divorce, and I became Fire Pro Inc. on my own. That was my own company. And I owned a construction company that did only claims and fire reconstruction. I have been in the industry now about 37 years, and I would say 95% of all the work that I have done has been fires. And there was an older man that was a Christian that I met, I won't say by accident, it was a God incident, and he mentored me. He mentored me in regards to how to be able to set up my own company, how to do all the different things that I needed to do to be able to own that company. And he really poured into me. There were also all these other people that the Lord brought into my life that were so incredibly committed to me learning to do things the right way. I remember a CPA that the Lord brought. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know that you start paying payroll. I started paying payroll, but I was not putting aside the money that we as employers had to put aside for the government. And I remember after maybe 2, 3 months, the IRS coming into our company and saying, if you do not um, have the money that you owe us, our payroll was $23,000. That's what our payroll was. And it accumulated so many months. I don't know exactly how many months, but we owed like $45,000. And they were like, if you do not come up with the money in the next week, we are going to close your doors down. And I had just signed a 5 year commercial lease on Telegraph. My address was 7803 Telegraph Road in Montebello. That was my first office where I had a mitigation company and we ran our construction company. And oh my gosh, what a wake up call, right? There are things that you may not know, but because Bella, you're coming from a place of wanting to do the right thing, wanting to honor God. I mean, that business got sold through, I believe, because from the minute we got one dime, I did not take care of finances. I went out and I did what I knew how to do, which was to talk to people and explain our services and be able to do what I knew to do, which was bringing new families into the company. And I had other people that actually did the accounting and, my goodness, God forbid, computer work. I still don't know much about technology, as you know, as you can see. But I remember Paul Blason, our attorney. I had a construction attorney because this mentor that poured into my life said, you, the first thing you need is you need an attorney. You need an attorney to put together your contracts, and contracts that will protect the homeowner from you and will protect you from the homeowner. Just know that you need to be able to have that written the right way. And Kerry Osaki, I actually contacted him. He's already retired. Wonderful, wonderful man that really poured into my life as well. And he's the one that recommended Paul Blason, my CPA then, and he's also retired. Um, but God will bring all the right people when you have the right heart. The first check that we received for that company, we pay tithes from that check. That's the second lesson. God will cover you when you actually take the principles in God's word. I'm getting warm as I'm walking. Um, when you take God's principles and you apply them to your life. I I remember listening to a message from Carlos Sanchez, may he be in glory, smiling at my lack of technology skills. And, but anyway, he preached a message that changed my entire life. He said, it is gross, which is the second lesson. It is gross to pay out of the net your tithes. I decided that every cent that was going to come in from the top, I was going to pay my tithes. And it's been that way since back in the early 90s. I'm just so grateful to God for that, for learning that principle, because I believe that's what covered us, that's what protected us. You know, there is not many places in God's word where there is a promise based upon what we do and based upon us placing God first. The Bible talks about, and again, I'll be very clear. If you do not want to hear about my Jesus, fitness, business, or my grandkids, this is not your channel. But if you love Jesus, you're going to hear lessons about life that will be weaved in to God's word. So it's a promise that says that God will open the windows of heaven and he will pour down a blessing that we could not contain. And even in my stupidity, okay, because there's, and Bella, I hope you don't learn to say that word from grandma, because in our house, buenos dias, in our house, we could not say that word. It was right alongside with like a curse word. Um, we would say special. Yeah, they're special. They're special. So if you hear your parents say they're special kids, that's what they mean. They're not so smart, or different. They're special or they're different. Okay, that's what we said in our house. We would not say someone was, that other word. Good morning. So, where was I going? That's another thing that happens to me, huh? At 60. Well, it didn't have to be 60 for your grandma. I lose my train of thought all the time because I'm just all over the place. Um, but anyway, I'm also going to try something a little bit even worse right now. So hopefully you can see me. No, I was going to try to do something else, but that's not going to work. Okay. So anyway, I made some really bad, excuse me, mistakes about taxes that I didn't know. And because God was first in my life, I believe that that is the reason why He protected us. A week later, when the IRS man came through, by God's grace, that $45,000, I had gotten a cashier's check. Jamie and I, we were fasting, praying, asking God, and asking our entire staff to pray and fast with us because we needed a miracle. A lot of people depended on us and to continue to have our doors open. So God did what only God can do when you are obedient to Him. So make sure that God is first in your life, because as you place God and His kingdom first, all these other things will be added onto you. As He is first in your life, then all these other things will be added onto your life, including covering you when you make a mistake unknowingly. The other thing that I have learned about business is do not, do not, and I mean do not, ask your people to do something that you're not willing to do. I am grateful to God for His ability to actually speak into my life very, very young into my life. Like, I will outwork you no matter what. Like, I want those that are part of our company to be able to do right, to be able to work hard, to be able to do things with excellence. But I hope that me as a leader that I'm modeling that. I don't like to commit to things that I'm not willing to give it my all. I start a lot of things and it's sad. I start things and I don't finish things, and it's very, very sad because it's not what I have been taught from a young age. I like to have my staff look at me, those around me that work with me, for them to look and say, you know what, I'm working hard. As of late, I was at a job site where the city said we could not remove the debris. We had like a mountain of debris from demolition, that lath and plaster and floors and you name it. We did a triplex, we did demolition there, and we had a pile of debris on the side of the road because a truck was going to come and was going to pick it up. Well, they decided that no, last minute, that could not be done. And after I have been clear for it to be done, and it had to be done right away because a lot of that debris had nails. And you imagine the danger of a mom walking through with her child through that sidewalk, and a kid steps into the wrong thing, the safety issue, the liability issue. I said no. I didn't have anybody. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I went down to Home Depot, grabbed two workers that were willing to work as hard as I could work, and it took us about 8 hours, but we got it done. It was so, so dark. We worked until the work was done. And I had a friend of ours that dropped off a bin and we filled it up and we were able to get that work done. And I worked just like those guys worked, two young guys. I was working as hard, if not more than them. We took breaks to drink water, and we took breaks to go to the bathroom in the back of the property. Like, we were drinking just water during that time. And there was no bathrooms in this triplex. So the back of the property, I know that's where they went. I didn't say anything, but they're like, wait, I got to go to the bathroom. And I know what they were doing. And then I didn't even tell them I gotta go to the bathroom. I said, I'll be right back. And yeah, and I did my business because when you drink water, you peeing all the time. Yeah, buenos dias. And yeah, I was able to do that. So, three lessons, Bella. The first one, let's see if Grandma remembers. The first one is not all that. Use what you got. Work with what you have, okay? Work with what you have. Whatever the Lord gives you, work with that. If the Lord gives you the ability to have the iPad, if mom says, hey, you can use the iPad for, say, 30 minutes, you don't have to, during those 30 minutes, only watch cartoons. You can ask her, hey, mom, can I learn something about maybe a recipe you want to make? Okay. And maybe you decide to watch that cartoon for 10 minutes and then 20 minutes of that other time of that you learn how to make a recipe, or you decide to go ahead and do a video. You can do that, and you can use that to be able to start working with what you have, right? That's just an example. The second, like grandma, right? All she did is she was living in Bell Gardens, saving money in the, I mean, I still remember 6,700. I don't know how that area is now. This is 93. This is 32 years later. So it was 6,700 Chancellor Avenue in Bell, California. And yeah, it was the ghetto. It was so bad. We lived in a second story apartment building, and that's where I started my first business back in 1993. Because Marco said, all you need is an agreement, and all you need is to explain to people how you're going to be able to help them get more money from their insurance company, and you're going to be able to build them a better house than they had. And that's all you need to do, because you've been doing it for other people all these years, and you can also do it for yourself. Just pretend that you are working for somebody else, except you're not going to have the office and the desk and the staff. You're starting on your own, and that's okay. Eventually you will have all those other things, and eventually I did. My office and warehouse, so I used to work for Evergard Construction. Most people in our line of work worked for Evergard Construction. And I was able not just to do fire reconstruction, but I also set up a mitigation company. So my office was probably, I would say, three times, if not more, bigger than their office in a very short time. And I was able to not only do fire reconstruction, but I did mitigation and contents restoration. So I took it to another level, which is definitely a lesson for another day. So work with what you have. Second, make sure that you place God first, even when you do not make the best of choices. You may not know, like grandma, when she did not put aside the money for taxes, which is very, very important, Bella. We pay our taxes, okay? God covers you when you decide to put God first. He covers you even when you make a mistake by His grace. And the third lesson, hopefully somebody can put it in the comments, because honestly, I forgot um, what the third lesson was. But I hope that this video blesses you. Again, There's no editing here. Hopefully, this sound is good. I'm not even going to listen to it. I'm not even going to watch this video. I'm just going to upload it because if I watch the video, if I critique what I did or said, Bella, it's not going up on YouTube. So that's it. Thank you so much. I'm Glennis, 60 years young, still feel like the Lord has another wonderful opportunity for me to share all those unsolicited advice that the kids say that I always give. And yeah, that's what this is all about. And I just had an idea right now. Um, Maybe that's what I need to call the channel, the unsolicited advice, because I hear that very often from my adult children. And now I begin to say that even to my clients. I say, I was talking to one of our clients from, um, and I asked that you pray for LA. I'm here working fires. And one of the clients that hired us, um, Vanessa, she is our first client here. And she's around my Vanessa, our firstborn. Her name is Vanessa. And I said to Vanessa, even before she hired us, I was telling her, look, what I would do with the advance that the insurance company gave me, I would buy another home and I would do this and do this and do that. And after I said all that, I said, well, that's all my unsolicited advice, okay? That's what the kids say. And so happy just yesterday after working with Vanessa and her family for about 3 weeks. Um, she said, Glennis, I took the money that my dad gave me from the money that we collected and I paid off all my credit card debt and I'm getting my credit up and going and I'm going to be buying a home. And I was like a kid on Christmas. I was so happy. She goes, I just wanted to share that with you because I knew that would make you happy. So sometimes the unsolicited advice, good morning. Sometimes the unsolicited advice, it does work. Sometimes strangers listen to it, and that's really why I decided to do this. Hopefully, not only I'm documenting my life for the grandkids, but hopefully some of the unsolicited advice you can use for your own life. Be blessed. This is Glennis signing off. Not pretty. Look at, I can see the Hollywood sign from here. Can you see it? Can you see it? So amazing. Love it.